The great American architect Frank Lloyd Wright tells us that when he was a 9-year-old boy, he took a walk through a snowy field with a stern, no-nonsense uncle. At the end of their walk, the uncle said to him, "Now look at the tracks you have left in the snow. They go this way and that way. They go from the fence to the cattle to the woods and back and forth. Now look at my tracks. They go in a straight line directly to my goal. Young man, there is a lesson in this." Frank Lloyd Wright tells us that right then and there he made up his mind that he would not go through life missing so many things like his uncle had done. Some people go through life walking always in a straight line, looking neither to the right nor to the left, but walking straight towards a goal which very often they are able to accomplish, but they miss out on so much. Many career-oriented people live that way, walking just on the path they have set out for themselves and never deviating from that path. Some religious people also walk completely by their principles and never look this way or that way. Perhaps they miss out on God whispering to them little truths that are a little bit off their path. Then there are the rest of us. For most of us, the path of life is not a straight one at all. For most of us, the path of life is very crooked and bent. Most of us enjoy getting off the path once in a while to smell the roses along the side of the road. We like to look into this and into that, and we become interested in many things that were not in our original plan. We take time to detour a bit and observe the beauties of God's world all around us. Our path can be a very bent one indeed. Life, for most of us, can be a rather colorful adventure. In observing the beauties of God's creation, one of the loveliest things I have seen is a rainbow. The first thing you notice about a rainbow is that it is not straight. A rainbow is very bent. The second thing you notice is that it's not black and white. A rainbow is many-colored. God gives to Noah a rainbow as the perfect symbol of the abiding divine presence in our life. A rainbow, after all, corresponds to our life, very colorful and very bent. Our path through life is not a straight one. God could have given us as the symbol of abiding love a straight line, or a straight ladder even. But God did not. Instead, we have the colorful, crooked rainbow, representing God with us every step of the way. Our lives are filled with high points and low points. Most of us are quite familiar with the low points in life. How comforting to see that God is with us, not only at the high points, but most especially at those low points. That God is with us every step of the way over that colorful rainbow of life. Perhaps Someone today is experiencing a real low point. Perhaps you have lost your job, or you are going through economic difficulties. Perhaps you have been afflicted with a painful illness. Perhaps you are having family difficulties. Perhaps you are experiencing sadness or grief. The path of life is an arc, and God is with us at the lowest point of that rainbow as well as the highest. Our life has many colors. Sometimes those colors can be terrifying to us, such as when we go through blue moments. God is with us through all the colors of our life. God is present to us through all life's beauties and all life's terrors. There are many types of rainbows. The most familiar one looks like the St. Louis Arch, a beautiful, colorful arc. But sometimes I have even seen a double-arced rainbow. And indeed, there are times when our life is more complicated than just one path. Sometimes I have seen a rainbow with little sub-rainbows around it. At times, our life takes unexpected twists and turns. Once I even saw a rainbow forming a complete round circle. So unpredictable is life, so diverse the paths we find ourselves on. We know from observation and from science that the sky inside a rainbow's arc is more brilliant than outside. Life is always much more brilliant with God in it. What is a rainbow? Why do we see it that way? Well, a rainbow is light refracted and reflected by the raindrops or the mist. Indeed, it is during life's storms, when it rains on our parade, during those cloudy, rainy days of our life, that we can see God's life in all its brilliant color. The light of God comes shining through just at those moments when we need it most. In the ancient Inca capital of Cusco stands a wonderful temple called the Coricancha. Its various rooms are dedicated to the Inca concepts of heaven and earth. One room is dedicated to Cuichu, the rainbow. On its wall is painted a magnificent rainbow. For the Incas, the rainbow was the connection between the things of heaven and the things of earth, just as it was to Noah, who received it from God as the sign that the heavenly is with us throughout our earthly journey. We know from the song of Judy Garland about the beautiful things that lie somewhere over the rainbow. And our Irish brothers and sisters tell us that at the end of the rainbow is a pot of gold. I've often looked for that pot, but have not yet found it. Rainbows have always fascinated us, for we see in them the path of our life. So let's not be terrified of the ups and downs, the highs and lows of life, because God is with us every step of the way. Let's not be afraid of the different colors that come our way through life, for God is with us through all the colors. At the end of that rainbow, somewhere over that rainbow, we will find not merely a pot of gold. No, at the end of life's path, so full of ups and downs, so full of the most diverse colors, gratifying or terrifying as they might be, we will find, just as we have found every step of the way, the many-colored, unmistakable shape of the smile of God.